it looks like we're getting started very, very soonish. And there we go.
Yep, there we go. Legend with a
head start.
with a head start. Okay, well, they're on their way, and as we can see, we have the purple palette for everyone for this race.
Yep. By the way, probably no head start. We just have to sync up the streams correctly.
Yeah.
There was 100% a simultaneous start. Right.
Gonna be interesting to look at 3 streams. But all races will start with a PC potion. There's a very small chance that you die to Rifle 1. So that potion is absolutely needed. And if you don't die, or if you don't need to heal and you can keep it, it's also pretty useful.
Yep. Just that extra safety that you want, because if you die to Rifle 1, it's a really, really slow backup you need to do you need to kill 3 extra encounters, which is just really, really slow, so you don't want to take a chance, and potions can never hurt you anyway in the early game.
Yeah, interesting strat for that though is that I think I heard Poke guys say it, like if you would die, you can actually skip killing an encounter and you can fight the first guy in forest, and that would fix your XP.
Oh, okay.
So there is a backup for it. It's just not fun because you can get poisoned and there's only one antidote, you know. So
yeah. Right. It seems like we're currently syncing up the streams.
Awesome.
Yep. So
now we can see who had the fastest intro.
Yeah. So obviously everyone picking the Bulbasaur here because the other 2 options are really not that fast if you want to get past proc quickly.
Bulbasaur, Monka S.
Yes.
Yeah, so Squirtle is great to get past Brock with. It won't be the main Pokemon for this run. That will be Nidoking, because Nidoking is amazing in Gen 1. But to get past Brock you need Squirtle, and Squirtle also is very useful for Surf and Strength. Yep. So that's why Squirtle. A lot of variants always in Rifle 1, because the Bulbasaur has Growl, and the Growl obviously lowers your attack, and that's very slow. Actually, seems like Raagentreg has the fastest start right now. Whereas Legend has the absolute worst. I think he got like hit by every Growl that's been pulled out there.
Oh yeah. Oh, but the crit.
Very useful. Very useful.
Crit ignores that change, so whenever you crit, basically all the Growls don't matter anymore, and you do double the damage, or not quite double, but a good amount of damage then. Which sometimes is to your advantage, sometimes you just really don't want to crit, but I guess we come to that later.
Yeah, crits have their own damage calculation, so it will ignore these stat changes like the Growl, so in that fight it's really nice when you get it. Also, Raagentreg 0 encounters! Raagentreg, the dark horse with the fastest start right now. So, all runners will have to kill 1 encounter at round 1. Because you need Bubble before Brock, and you can only get that with the extra experience from the encounter. So Hammer's fighting the level 3 Rat. Legend chooses to run away from Pidgey level 3. Pidgey level 3 you could go for that, but it's most of the time a 4 turn, so it's kind of an annoying option, slow option that can also give you a lot of damage.
Oh! The 1% encounter for the TehHammerShow.
Yeah.
A level 5 Pidgey, which you absolutely don't want to see.
Especially and level 2. Level 2 Red. That's the best one you can get, I would say. Yeah.
Raagentreg with a very, very good start so far. Let's hope he's comfortable at doing the Nidoran manip.
Yeah, Raagentreg on fire right now. Will be the first to get back into the lab. Legend with the worst Rifle 1 start actually pulled ahead of Hammer by getting less encounters, but doesn't have XP yet, whereas Hammer already has its XP.
So I think maybe after Brock there's the first point where you can actually tell who's in first, because there's a lot of variants to certain manips, and yeah, just getting encounters and XP appropriately. There's just a lot of things that can happen that save you time or cost you time up until there.
Yeah. Okay, so interesting to see there is that so you have to talk to Oak from the left or from the top to avoid the rival like taking the most amount of steps. But it actually doesn't matter if you talk from the left or the top. So it's funny that all runners did like their own stuff, but yeah, Raagentreg with the perfect route 1 encounter for experience and no other encounters besides that.
Yeah, that's
Legend getting another level 3. Let's hope we can kill this.
Raagentreg basically got like the optimal start right there you wish for if you're on a run. 1 useful encounter and that's it.
Yep. So now will be the first Nidoran manipulation of the tournament. So in Pokemon Red we can manipulate RNG a bit by saving and resetting. And that will reset the RNG seed. And because we can buffer inputs in this game, you can basically land on the desired tile on the frame that you want. And in that way can manipulate a perfect Nidoran. There's always a chance that it fails.
Yeah, Raagentreg's RNG manipulation looks really good. He had the correct NPC movement going on. Okay, that's a different variation. I've never seen before. But...
I've never seen that one yet.
Yeah.
But it is a level 4 Nidoran, so I assume he knows what he's doing. Let's see if he also gets the YOLO ball. He does not, unfortunately. So if you perfectly clear the text box there and throw the ball, you can also manipulate that it gets into the ball. Hammer also with his Nidoran. Let's see if he gets it.
And let's see if Hammer maybe gets the Pidgey manip, the extended manipulation for Nidoran that also lets you catch a Pidgey early on, which is very convenient later on in a lot of ways.
Yeah, so even more advanced is that if you clear every text box after the Nidoran perfectly, that you can also manipulate a Pidgey after that. But looked like Hammer didn't get it. He can see it by the NPC movement if he's on one of the frames. But yeah, Hammer in the lead right now because he didn't struggle with Nidoran manip at all. Okay, that's interesting. So Legend actually checking his Nidoran HP there. So like there is a small chance if you mess up an A press that you get like the absolute one of the worst Nidorans that you can think of, besides speed stat. And he got it quite recently in a marathon, so he wanted to make sure that he had the right one. You can tell by HP which one you have. If you have 18 HP, you're good.
Yep. Maybe he was also memeing a bit, but I guess he was actually considering it happening again.
Yeah. I assume he doesn't want to go through all of that pain again. Oh, a Pikachu! Oh no, level 5!
No!
Oh no, it's possible that you cannot run. Oh, okay. Okay.
That was really, really scary.
Yeah, so because Pikachu's quite fast, it's possible that you cannot run from it. And if that happens, it has Thunder Shock. And you know, Thunder Shock against a Squirtle, it's not fun.
No. It also has the chance to paralyze you, I think. So that would be the absolute worst case, and maybe would have ended up in him maybe resetting to his Nidoran save state.
Yep. Because Hammer got the encounter though, everything is quite close again. That's really cool to see. Every runner on Weedle guy.
Yep.
Hammer getting a very good fight though. No poison. So yeah, there's a decent chance you get poisoned on this fight, and both Legend and Raagentreg get poisoned here, and that's extremely slow.
Oh. Wait, I wanted to check out Raagentreg's Nido HP, but Maybe I can take a look at it later on. Yeah, there's a really decent chance to get poisoned. It's like above 50% even for poison itself. Is I think 10 or 20%. So
Yeah, I think it's 20 for each poison sting hit.
And he has a 18 HP in it, so it seems good.
Seems good. So Alan talked before about how critting could also work in your disadvantage, and this fight is definitely one of them. Because you have to tail whip Weedle twice, you lower its defense so you can just kill it in 4 turns afterwards, but if you crit, you actually do a lot less damage. So Legend had a very unlucky fight there. He crit a bunch and had a quite slow fight.
Yep, not a great start in general. Alright. Now we're gonna see, I guess, all the runners actually checked what the special of the Squirtle is, because that's really important to know for heading into Brock. Because if you have bad special, or if your Squirtle has bad special, Brock's Pokemon become a free shot, and the Onix that comes up later has Bite, and Bite can actually kill you if it comes at a very unfortunate place. So yeah, really important to know if you actually have with what special you're heading into Brock.
Yeah, and because there are 3 different streams, I have not been able to catch if they had good special. So if they had 13 at level 8, it would be an indicator for bad special, and then 14 and 15 are good. Looked like Hammer has good special. I think he 2-shot the Judith, and otherwise it would be a 3-shot. But it could also be that he has crit. Okay, Hammer actually has bad special. Well, it doesn't... Oh, okay, let's see... Yeah, he has to heal here.
Yeah. There's just the off chance that you get crit, and I'm pretty sure he didn't save, I think.
Yeah, and he got a Screech, so he would definitely have died to attack.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, Hammer already done with Bruno. Definitely a good start. And the others are now on Onyx, so it's still extremely close. Looks like both runners will have no issue at all with the Onyx here.
Yep. Nice.
Very good start for everyone, actually. If you are like sub 13, it's pretty good in a race.
Yep.
I mean, it will maybe be slightly over 13.
Alright, so now we transition to Route 3 and actually change our main Pokemon from Squirtle to the Nidoran we caught earlier. Because we split experience with Squirtle and Nido on Brock. The Nidoran actually got a little buffed up and is now level 8. And can finally take on some of those Pokemons alone. We start off with some bug catcher fights, and yeah, soon we'll enter Mount Moon. This is also one of the worst places to crit, by the way.
Yeah, definitely, because you first leer these bugs, and on average it saves the most amount of turns. Yeah, also an interesting thing to talk about. We talk about it every time when we get to Route 3. But that's Badge Boost. After Brock, your Pokemon actually get a little bit higher attack for having the Boulder Badge. There is a kind of bug in the game where when you get one of the other stats lowered, for example, the bugs here can lower your speed with String Shot, then you get a reapply on the Badge Boost. So they actually want the String Shot to hit in most cases, so they do a little bit more damage. Another thing is that they have to keep in mind their Horn Attack power points, because in the most optimal route we just skip the Mount Moon Center now, and we will have to do the first fight in Mount Moon without refreshing your Horn Attack power point. So yeah, they have to keep a little eye on that.
Oh, Hammer having to do 2 potions before Shot Sky. Shot Sky, one of the most dangerous fights, or probably the most dangerous fight on this entire split. Just the Rattata and the Ekans have the potential to put out massive amounts of damage. So you usually have to like at least potion once or twice here in the worst cases. So let's see how everyone gets past him. And most of all, we don't want to see any reps here, because reps are 1, very slow, and 2, can hurt a lot. Like a lot.
Yeah, in Gen 1 rep just continues without giving you a chance to move, so it's super annoying. But Hammer doesn't get rep. And also very interesting, Raagentreg just lets himself seen by Short Sky. So what we do in Pokemon is in most games, so also in Pokemon Red, we talk to trainers so they don't give us the explanation point animation. It's a little faster.
Yeah, it might seem negligible at this point, but if you do it for
no.
every...
Oh no. That's not good. That's not good.
Alright.
Accidentally ball tossed there by Raagentreg.
Yep.
He has to heal again.
Can happen in the heat of the moment. Don't blame him for it happening, but yeah, that's an extra turn you don't want to waste on Short Sky.
Definitely. Okay, he survives Rattata. Rattata is the scariest. He does a lot of damage because you're pretty underleveled here. So you're always pretty happy when the Rattata is down. Oh, he gets wrapped too. It's annoying for him.
Yeah.
He has a chance to have to heal again. Yeah, he just preventively heals. Because you just have to heal later anyway.
Alright,
Kinda
meanwhile...
low in horn attacks too.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Hammer's finishing up the Metapod. And is soon about to enter the last fight of Route 3. And probably will end up catching his flyer soon.
Yeah, Hammer getting quite quickly through these fights. Very nice for him.
Alright, let me see if I can actually switch the sound to Hammer stream now. Let me see.
Oh, that's a good plan, yeah.
Oh! Seems to work.
Nice. I didn't even have my sound on yet. I will do it now.
Alright.
Or
Yeah,
no.
every-
Oh, yeah.
So right after this fight, Hammer is currently in. All of the runners will end up catching a flyer. So later on they can teleport or fly to different cities, which is obviously gonna be very fast. And yeah, none of the runners actually hit the extended manipulation that would give you a flyer earlier in the run. So yeah.
Okay, let's see if anyone gets the 5% Jigglypuff. So it's very likely to get your flyer here because it's 95% to get one, but 5% will just give you a Jigglypuff. It's of course annoying. And I jinxed it! I love it! I'm back to jinxing stuff.
The content curse. Good job, Araya. It's 5% by the way, not 10%.
Yep, it's 5% I think, yeah.
Great, but he ends up getting the best encounter possible right after, so... That's
Yeah,
at
Pidgey
least
level
nice.
6 is low. Oh, he crits it, but it lives, which means that this catch is guaranteed now. On that HP, I think the Pidgey cannot break out.
Yep.
Oh, it's 10% apparently. Okay, that's a little bit higher than I thought.
Okay, we're getting conflicting information, I guess. Alright.
Okay,
So,
so
yeah.
Hammer already having the flyer, and we'll now do the next manipulation of this run, which is Mount Moon. Mount Moon normally, if you go through it normally, will give you a bunch of encounters, so they will try to prevent that with this manipulation. Level 7 Pidgey for Legend could be annoying because it's not guaranteed at all to get in. Oh, annoying.
And there, Araya keeps on going with the commentator curse.
Okay, gets it anyway. That's great.
Yep. Meanwhile, Hammer already walking through Mount Moon, not getting any annoying. Oh, and I jinxed it now.
That is IGT, I think. He will reset and resave. Yeah.
That looked pretty good until the encounter.
Meanwhile, Raagentreg also having his flyer. Legend's going very safe and centering here. I think he's low on potions and maybe also low on horn attack, so he takes the extremely safe play.
Alright, I think Hammer just resaved. And is Raagentreg already... No, he has not started manipulate yet, right? I don't even know if he's gonna do any manipulation with this. It looks like it right now.
Yeah, he will. I didn't see if he healed or not. Maybe he will do it on the... yeah.
For entertainment purposes, this IGT was actually not too bad, because now we are actually really close again between all three runners.
Yeah, for the race it's really good.
Before Hammer had quite lead of like, I'd say at least 30,
that's
40.
also an IGT, I think. I'm actually not quite sure if that is one, but I think it is.
Where did he get it? I didn't even look at it.
Also, I think Raagentreg made a misstep. Yeah, so that is not an IGT. That was a misstep from Raagentreg there.
Alright.
No. Head Bob, that is definitely not no A-press. The no A-press one, I believe, is right in front of the candy. Right, Alan?
Yes, that's right in front of the rare candy.
Yep.
Because I've done that a lot.
Okay, so actually interesting, Raagentreg just decides to give up on the manip and walks until after the Moonstone, and from there he will do a different manip.
Hopefully. He knows how to do that one.
Yeah, I think he does. Okay, meanwhile Hammer this time looks like he's getting through. Which is nice for him.
Yep. And soon enough, Hammer will get an encounter, but that one is definitely on purpose. It's a parasite we later use as our cut companion. Or dick friend, or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
So yeah, mostly we use it only for cut and dig.
Yep.
Which is later very useful.
Okay, Hammer nailing the YOLO ball there. Okay, so now Hammer will be heading into a very scary fight. Because of the latest route, we will do this fight while still being a Nidoran. And it's actually quite a scary fight. You take a lot of damage and the Zubat has Supersonic, 50% to use it. And Leech Life, loves to see Leech Life.
Yep.
Also there's the Paris for Legend.
Meanwhile, Raagentreg still struggling for Moon.
Okay, Hammer having to heal. And then getting Leech Life after is actually pretty bad, because you're already confused and the only thing he does now is like healing back up. So I don't even think Horn Attack kills from there, or it might actually. Oh, he hurts himself again!
Yeah.
Okay,
this is why...
Okay, at least the last Horn Attack killed there. But that was a very sketchy fight.
Yeah. This right there is why this is considered one of the worst fights in the entire run.
Okay, Raagentreg does the Poi Manip now. We call it after one who made it.
I think he actually got IGT'd on Pokémon.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, let's see.
Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an IGT, I think, because that's right on the first A press.
Okay. Never knew. Very sad though. And Legend gets hit by Supersonic as well. Okay, so big struggle for Raagentreg here. Gets so apparently gets IGT on this Manip, which means actually loses a lot of time in Moon. Luckily Legend gets through the fight, so he can still keep up with Hammer. Very sad for Raagentreg though. I think he might not have realized that it's IGT, otherwise he could maybe have resaved. But maybe he is worried that he made a mistake there. I know for a fact that he also knows the other backup Paris, so at the end of Moon there's also a way to get a Paris. So he will probably now go for that one. Let's see if the third Manip is the charm.
Yes. I really hope so, because maybe then he has to go for an Oddish, which is not optimal at all.
Yeah, good point from Garfield. We probably didn't explain yet what IGT is. We did explain that Manips have a chance to fill though. And the reason that it has a chance to fill is because of what we just mentioned, IGT. IGT stands for in-game timer, and based on what in-game, or like the in-game time that is on the frame you save on, can decide if there's like different RNG on that frame. So in some cases the Manip doesn't work in that case, and that's what just happened to Raagentreg.
Yep. And Hammer earlier. And we got our first racer getting out of Mount Moon, which is a massive sigh of relief for every runner of this game once they're past that place. But we got the next tough fight right up next now. One of the worst fights.
Yes. So now that Hammer is out of Moon, he will get access to instant text. So you can get really fast text for a section in the game when you talk to the bike owner. So yeah, it's kind of an oversight where when you back out of the conversation with the bike owner, you will have pretty fast text for a while. This will continue until you open a menu or something like that. So that also makes the bridge rifle really bad, because the bridge rifle starts with Pidgeotto with Sand Attack, and preferably because Sand Attack lowers your accuracy by quite a bit. You sometimes want to switch out to get rid of the Sand Attack, but if you do that you lose your instant text. So that makes this fight actually really bad.
Yep.
So every runner always hopes here to get through without having to switch out, otherwise you lose basically a minute.
Yeah, that's almost a minute you lose just by having the fight itself not in IT anymore and having to reapply IT afterwards again. It's just really, really painful.
Okay,
Alright,
so
what happens to Hammer?
Yeah, eyes on Hammer now. Gust is really good. And there is the Sand Attack. Oh no, oh no.
And the quick attack right after.
Okay, and he misses one.
Oh boy.
Okay, gets through Pidgeotto at least. So after one Sand Attack, your accuracy is 2 and 3 for a 100% move. So yeah, just hoping to hit through here.
Yeah, basically...
Ooh, Hyper Fang.
Basically, one Sand Attack you usually just YOLO through, and 2 is definitely the switch out, because then you're just very unlikely to get through the fight with the mandatory beam you need for Nugget Bridge.
Okay, so that was less. Yeah, that was less trouble than expected.
Yeah.
Now it's time for Legend to get through this. And he will, because he sees 2 quick attacks, meaning that he wasted his move. Oh, and even gets a 2-shot. Okay, really good fight here for Legend. Definitely makes him catching up a little bit.
Yeah, and there's still the off chance that Hammer has just an unlucky bridge and takes enough damage for him to having to potion.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Raagentreg on the Super Nerd, still in Mount Moon, and still has yet to get his Paris. We'll see if he's going for the backup manip or if he just ends up getting an Oddish later. I think he has a Pidgey, so there's no way he can get the Ducks later.
Oh, okay, he goes for this backup. Okay. So I think the Paris on this manip doesn't YOLO ball.
Yep.
So he will have to weaken the Paris. Okay, so meanwhile on bridge, pretty nice that both runners got to keep instant text. You use a lot of Mega Punches on Nugget Bridge, and Mega Punch is only 85% to hit, so it's always a little bit annoying when that happens. I think, did Hammer get Sand Attack, or did he just gem on his Horn Attack? I think most likely he got Sand Attacked.
I didn't. I was watching it, the Paris backup. Oh no!
Oh, that's annoying.
I think there was a range to die there. So yeah, Raagentreg with an unlucky kill on the Paris.
I think Poison Sting always kills when you're Nidoking. So he might have thought that the Poison Sting was the way to go for Nidoran and then maybe also for Nidoking, but pretty sure it always kills her, so you should Horn Attack it. I hope he realizes it in time. Okay, he will go for Water Gun. I think that doesn't do much damage at all, yeah. That's kind of annoying for him. Yeah. But he'll get it after a while. So Hammer actually quite scary HP, I would say. He definitely doesn't want to get hit here, and he gets hit.
Do you think now he's gonna end up healing before Mankey? I think that's the play, right?
Yeah. It also depends on, maybe it depends on this Nidoran. Yeah, now definitely. Yeah. He's now in Scratch and in Karate Chop range for Mankey, so he will 100% heal here. Yeah. He will not put his tournament life here on the. Yeah, there he goes. It's really annoying.
Only one potion left too. That's quite annoying.
Okay, Raagentreg got his Paris. Paris definitely annoying to catch. Even on low health, it can break out quite easily. So glad that it got in for him. So now it's interesting to see how far Legend can catch up while having instant attacks. But he gets Sand Attack, so it just needs to get through this Nidoran. Ooh! Crit didn't kill.
That is a range to die, I think.
Yeah, I think on that Nidoran it's a lot worse than on the first one.
Ah, okay.
But he gets through without missing, so that's nice.
So yeah. Legend still sitting at comfortable HP, not in range to die to Mankey at all. So I guess we're gonna see Legend actually closing in on Hammer, because instant text is just so much faster than not having it.
Yep. So we will actually see a very close race in the front here. Raagentreg got a lot of trouble in Moon, but he made it out, so that is something. He's still in the race. A reminder that the best times also will advance, so
yep.
He can still do it. But winning the race looks quite grim for Raagentreg. It definitely looks like a race between Legend and Hammer here.
Alright. Well, Legend also done with Nugget Bridge. And you can already see how he's catching up. He's about to enter the same fight that Hammer is in currently. So slowly but surely he's gonna end up catching up to Hammer.
Yeah, instant text is just so insane. It's yeah, you can see it's quite instant. Pokémon is of course a very text-heavy game, so definitely matters a lot. Legend going into the exact same fight as Hammer is on now. Well, yeah, I think he will just be ahead of Hammer after this round. Looks like Raagentreg is getting... Oh, he gets a crit on Bulbasaur, so nice. He got through Rifle quite nicely.
He's sitting at really good HP here, 54.
Yeah, meaning that you will most likely just keep your instant text the whole way. At least got that going for him.
Yep. Alright, we'll have 2 more fights right here in instant text. And then the instant text is gonna be off because at level 23 Nidoking learns one of the best speedrunning moves out there, being Fresh. Yeah. It's just pretty much like the speedrunning move at all. It just saves a lot of inputs and it's just really strong if used right.
Yeah, it's a 90 base power move that will just keep going for 3 or 4 turns, so you don't have to select it every turn. It's extremely fast. So the only downside is that you could get confused after 3 turns or 4 turns. That's a 50-50 between those. So we use it mostly when we know we only have to use it for 3 turns. But in some situations there could be an exception for that.
Yep.
Yeah. So Hammer and Legend on the exact same fight, making this a quite interesting race. You'd love to see it.
And Legend actually with the HP advantage here. As I say this, he obviously gets quick attack, but that's no problem. So yeah, the HP you end up being here decides how many potions you're gonna end up using and with how many HP you're gonna head into Dick Rocket and later on Misty. And Misty has the potential to do a lot of damage to you, so you wanna kind of get into the sweet spot where you could potentially get Red Bar later, which we're gonna talk about, I guess, later in the run, and not being in range to be very likely to die to Misty.
Yeah. So I think both runners will actually go for the center here. So, because you take instant attacks and don't really want to save for Misty, yet Misty being quite dangerous, they kind of want to be full health. But I feel like both runners are really low on potions, so they most likely will center after getting back to Cerulean, grab instant text, and then go ahead.
Yep. And we already there saw one of the things that indicate race strats as being usually in the standard route that people has been running for almost 3 years now. You would have picked up the Aether right there, but since this is a race and we have like alternate strats for those, both ended up skipping the Aether and are very likely to get the max Aether later after Rock Tunnel.
Yeah, and look how close it is between Hammer and Legend. They are both walking out of the center and getting instant attacks back now. It's really interesting to see. Raagentreg getting through Nugget Bridge now as well. But misses Mega Punch on Zubat. Luckily no Supersonic. So before fighting Misty, you actually have to fight the Dig Rocket first. Because you want to be 25 before getting to Starmie, otherwise you're slower than Starmie, and that's definitely not fun. Misty Starmie has, or Misty in general has what they call good AI, so it will favor a super effective move. And it has Bubble Beam, which does a lot of damage to Nidoking.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Hammer got the range and on Machop, and Legend did it. It's not the best range. Drowse is a lot better of a range. And luckily they both got him with a crit. So yeah, both heading now to Misty. First fighting Goldeen. Goldeen could be quite bad as well if you get Supersonic.
No,
definitely don't want to see that.
over than Supersonic, so it's like it's unlikely to screw you over, but yeah, can definitely happen.
Yep. And there's Steel Whip, so he's fine. And the crit for Legend! Okay, making it a lot closer again.
Alright. Statistically, this is the worst fight in the game.
Oh yeah, it's so bad. So in Gen 1 also the crit rate, the chance to crit is decided by base speed, and because Starmie has a lot of base speed, it's over 20% to crit for Starmie. If it's a water gun crit, it's completely fine, but you just don't want to see Bubble Beam. Water gun for Hammer.
Yeah,
and Bubble Beam for Legend.
Alright.
Not a crit and not a speed drop, so that's cool. Good fight for both of them.
Yep.
Pretty good race so far.
Yeah. Raagentreg still working its way through to Bill's house. Oh, and
he hits a guy.
Yeah, he hits an optional, sadly. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
Okay, luckily hits both Mega Punches. Yeah, this is a very fast full restore pickup. Always love to see it. So, what you saw at Hammer screen and now at Legend screen is like a very quick text box. You basically see not even anything popping up there, but they pick up a full restore. But because of the instant text, you don't even see that you pick up a full restore. And because you just entered a new area, because you just entered a new area, it also doesn't play the jingle. And both get a search encounter. Does Hammer get 2? He didn't.
And there is the Mankey. So Legend had the lead there for like 5 seconds before he got the search encounter.
Yeah, both Hammer and Legend have pretty good health. Because they have instant text for this section, you definitely don't wanna. You definitely want to keep instant text through the boat rifle. So it's pretty comfortable health. So yeah, this is also a section where sometimes can set up red bar for the upcoming split. And we haven't explained red bar yet, but when you're below 25 out of, no, what is it? No, 5 out of 24 of your health, so approximately below 20% of your health, you will be in red bar, which means there's like an alarming sound about to play, alarming that you are in danger to die. And because of this sound, it kinda has priority over a lot of other sounds that then won't play. And one of those is Pokémon getting sent out into battle and also level ups. So because of this red bar, you skip all of those jingles, sounds, whatever. So it's extremely fast in Pokemon Red. So definitely during Pokemon Red speedruns, we set it up all the time. And for the upcoming split, it's one of those sections to do it. So it would be interesting to see if one of these races find a way to set it up and and take the lead right here. But it also, of course, is a little bit risky, especially in a race, because if you die, it will set you back a lot.
Yeah, it's one of the best splits to actually have red bar on, but it's also one of the worst splits to actually die on, because then you're then your money doesn't work out anymore, and you get set back into a bad spot without any repulsive. Oh
no, Hammer
just got Hammer just got sand attack.
Yeah, he luckily has a lot of health, so he can still try to hit through.
Yeah.
Misses one though.
It would just be bad if he ends up missing a lot on the Kadabra.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't want to miss the Kadabra too much, because it can do a lot of damage with confusion.
Alright, gets it.
It's true there. It's nice. Went for Horn Attack though, because if you miss too many thrashes, you get confused. Okay, does he get through Ivysaur? Yeah, he does with a crit, so good fight there in the end. And Legend also finishing up fight. Oh, by the way, Raagentreg is doing 24 for Starmie. Oof.
Oh, did he forget the candy or did he not fight Dick Rocket?
I actually didn't see. Yeah, I didn't see as well.
I assume it would be him forgetting the candy, or
maybe he
thought maybe he thought the optional he hit earlier would give him level 25.
Okay, luckily he actually gets Water Gun there, so I think he wins the fight. Switching out there was a good play. Oh no!
No, he's dead.
No way. Okay. That's sad. Actually, didn't get the last trash there.
That's but he can kill. He can actually kill it with.
Oh yeah, he can. Oh, he decides to wipe, I think.
I think it would be the better play here to actually kill the Starmie and make up the XP somewhere. Yeah.
Probably. Oh, and now he's forced to kill him because Paris only has Crash. Paris is the winner. Let's hope he knows how to fix it now, because of course missing the Starmie's XP will matter, and Nidoking needs to kill something else now.
Hopefully he knows about Gentleman Candy or some of the other backups he can do.
Yeah.
Alright. The other two racers are currently doing their second Mart in the entire run.
It's extremely close between both.
Yep.
Yeah, so they need to buy repels for Rock Tunnel. And they also make use of that shop to sell the items they don't need. And they will need to sell them for money, of course.
Yep.
Yeah. And
also
now...
the first...
No, go ahead.
Also the first instant of us switching around items in the menu. Just to be in a more convenient slot later, so we don't have to scroll through the whole entire item section. You see throughout the run now that we will do a lot of organizing in the menu. So the items we frequently use are like further up the menu, so they are faster to actually access. That's a very big thing in Red nowadays, to optimize your menus.
Okay, so I think Raagentreg actually did not forget the candy, but he just went... I just went to Misty first, I think, because here's the...
And...
Yeah.
Hammer just... Apparently he either... messed up Cansmanip or he got IGT'd.
Oh. Luckily there's a backup for that, so...
He messed up the A-press, I guess.
Okay.
Alright. That pulls Legend up first again.
Yeah, so there's of course a chance to get IGT on cans, but there's like an alternative path with 2 A presses and 1 without A presses, and if you do like if you just reset and do the other one, then it will always work. So luckily Hammer does not have to resave and can just redo the manip while doing the other one. But Legend actually pulling ahead here, because he got the manip in 1 try.
So this is like actually a really interesting thing now, because Legend had the favorable HP going into this fight, and now maybe Hammer has to catch up, but his HP really doesn't allow him to get into Red by anytime soon without having to set up like crazy on Fly Split. So this looks right now really good for Legend.
Yep. I also switched to Legend Audio. Just because it looks like he is pretty okay lead now.
Yep. Probably around like 40 seconds, I'd assume. 40-50 seconds.
Also, Raagentreg, I think he fixed his XP by fighting Butterfree. Not a bad choice. So that's fixed now. Yeah, so between Hammer and Legend there's now 35 seconds. Interesting. Legend pulling ahead here. Let's see if Hammer will try to catch up with the red bar that we mentioned before. A big disadvantage for him though is that he has quite a lot of health. So setting up red bar is quite slow. He would need to lose a lot of health. And it could also lose you even more time if the red bar doesn't work out the way you want. So I think he would not go for it, but he might.
Yeah. Also interested to see if Legend actually decides to also set up red bar for himself, but I kind of doubt that knowing him, since he's on lead and probably knows about Hammer's HP currently.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna decide against that.
Yeah, exactly. Like Legend definitely has the easier HP to set up red bar with, but he doesn't really need to. He can just take the low risk approach here and get through the split quite easily probably without having to lose his lead. So he most likely will go for that.
Yep. Right, one of the most important Mega Punch hits in the entire run. Because this Oddish can give you a lot of trouble if you end up missing it.
Yeah, when there was no Mega Punch... Ooh, okay, so Hammer actually will go for the Thrash here. Thrash was always the way to go when there was no Mega Punch route yet, and then you would just hope you hit the 4th turn. But Hammer just goes for the Thrash here because not having to risk missing Mega Punch can also be quite good, because Oddish, like Alan said, can do really bad stuff, like Stun Spore. Okay, he hits through Confusion. But why Hammer went for Thrash is because he has a lot of health, and if he loses some health on the Bellsprout, it's definitely not too bad. And Bellsprout doesn't have Stun Spore, for example, so... And I guess in case he would have lost a lot of health there, he would still have tried to set up red bar. But he hits through anyway, so no issues for Hammer there.
Yep. Heading right into Rock Tunnel now, without Cheetah Pellet.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one of the pallets that basically can show you the trainers in here. But these madmen will just go through it without...
Without Cheetah Pellet and Flash. So yeah, the absolute madman going into this completely blind.
Also looks like Raagentreg just survived Boat Rifle, that's very nice. Yep. Always a scary fight, even though he had a lot of health. So yeah, only one fight between Hammer and Legend.
Alright, let's see if Hammer decides to set up red bar.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if he wants to go for that.
This Q1 is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, he will not. Like expected. It could turn out pretty bad. And definitely with a Q1. So if you get killed by Cubone with a crit, for example, then he will not be able to kill your Pidgey, because your Pidgey is flying type and the only damaging move he has are ground type. So I've experienced this once in my first tourney I participated in, that you just cannot escape that fight then. You would have to go back to your last save, which is before Surge. So it's one of the worst places to die on, by far.
You're basically soft locked if you die there.
Yeah. Well, Pidgey can kill the Cubone, but it takes really long.
Alright, Legend got past the Oddish girl. Also very very famous run, a race killer.
I didn't even see the fight, but yeah, it's a terrible fight as well. Let's see if Hammer gets it in one hit as well. Okay, cool. So that Oddish is, I think, about 55% range, including crit.
Yes.
So it's not the best. This Bulbasaur is also a range, but it's a lot more favorable. But you saw Hammer missing it there. Although the Bulbasaur can do a lot less to you than the Oddish. Oddish has stun Spore and Sleep Powder that are really bad. So both runners quite happy to see not getting that.
Right, did we actually see a general miss so far? I think we didn't, right?
Oh, yeah, I think we didn't. Well, it still could have been an option that the miss from Hammer on Nidoran was a genuine miss, but I didn't see if he got sand attacked by the Pidgey or not. But yeah, that's also very interesting. You can explain it.
Yeah, that's basically the way the accuracy works in Gen 1. It's always a roll between, I think, 0 and 155. And for some reason, if you roll a 0 on the accuracy check, you will still miss even if you're if you use a 100% accurate move. For example, like Horn Attack or Bubble Beam. You will eventually see some of those miss, and it's just incredibly painful if it happens in a fight where you can actually die.
Yeah, I found out recently that it's like a very small correction. That it's when you roll 255 that it will miss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said it wrong during a marathon once, and then I saw someone in chat saying that. I was like, oh, oops. But yeah, when you roll exactly 255, it will always miss. Not even caring about the accuracy of the move.
Wait, did we just get another IGT? Yeah, Raagentreg gets Cat's IGT apparently. We've seen a crazy amount of IGTs. I don't think I've ever seen so many IGTs in one race.
He got it twice now. I'm curious if it's IGT or that he just messed up.
Yeah, but that's
because he resaved. He resaved and he got it again.
Maybe he's not really comfortable with the the backup manip. Weird. Unfortunate. Oh, Raagentreg really having a hard time right there.
However, yeah. So I'm just responding to chat because Headbob says that he can tell that it's IGT by first one being correct, but that's not really true because the first scan is set once you load into a city. So yeah, it's always correct when you load into the game, the first scan. I think Raagentreg just saved on the wrong tile now.
Yeah, right. Okay, so Legend entered the big mart in, I think it's Celadon, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, pretty much the last big shopping we do on the run. We just buy all the items we need to finish the run with, usually. Get all the items that let us get past certain spots in the game, like the freshwater that we'll end up using later to get into Sivko. And also the X items, which are a big deal in this run and Pokemon speedrunning in general.
Yep. Oh, very big shop here. After this, they have all the items they need, and also quite execution heavy part because yeah, shopping can be quite hard. Also looks like Raagentreg finally got through the can, so that's nice. But yeah, as Alan said, X items are very important for Pokemon speedruns because we want to wipe out entire teams with one Pokemon. We first want to buff up want to buff up our Pokemon a little bit. So that's what X items are for. And especially interesting is the X accuracy, because in this generation, the X accuracy causes we'll skip like the accuracy check entirely. And Nidoking can learn Horn Drill, which is a really overpowered move. If you just if you hit, because it's one hit KO move, and in combination with X accuracy, it works really well.
Right, can you make sense of this? I was just watching Hammer do the shopping and he bought 11XX, 3 X speeds and 3 X specials, which seems kind of odd to me. I think that's not the mandatory amount of X speeds you actually need, right? Or
I think you need at least 4, yeah. Well, oh wait, did you say 3 X specials?
Yes.
Well, maybe he will use an X special where he would normally use an X speed then.
Wait, let me see his menu again. Alright. We're gonna see later. We're gonna watch that closely.
Okay, apparently, according to Gym Freak, it's completely fine with the recent strat.
He has 4 special. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so apparently this is where you can see now a difference in strats. You can kind of see it from the items that both runners bought. So Hammer is on quite different strat than LegendEater. They both use their items basically in different spots and their rare candies and everything. And to those different strats also belong different X items. So that's how you can see it.
Yeah, so basically right now LegendEater's 25 seconds ahead of Hammer. But yeah, Hammer on completely different threads. A newer route that was recently found. I'm gonna be interested. I think he has like a slight variation that he's been talking about, so I'm interested to see what he's gonna do.
Yeah, indeed, very close between the runners. Only 25 seconds after Fly Split, that's kind of crazy. And knowing Hammer's execution, there's definitely a good chance that he makes up for it.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I think both runners also bought a Revive. Revive is a very race-specific strat to kind of recover an unfortunate death, or to go into risky plays like more comfortably than normal. It's very useful to have a Revive.
I actually think Legend skipped a Revive because he knew his HP was so high.
Oh yeah, that could definitely be true. There's different spots where you can pick up or buy a Revive. They could have bought it in Saladon, but can also pick it up in Safari Zone, for example. Only disadvantage from Safari Zone is that you get it quite late. But yeah, being on high HP, Legend doesn't need it before Safari Zone, so he might pick it up there. But yeah, it's interesting how strats have developed around these kind of things. For example, there are plenty of runners that now also take all their slaves into the Elite Four. With slaves, I mean like the Pokemon that you don't use in battle, but only for God and Fly, etc. Normally you deposit that before... Raagentreg with some grass tells there. Well, yeah, normally you deposit that before Elite Four. It's a little bit faster than seeing them in the Hall of Fame. But now some runners just take them into E4, so they can send them out when your Nidoking dies. So it's quite interesting how these threats develop. Yeah, my bad, Gym Freak. Yeah, we always say that for Pokemon that you use for HMs. It's kind of how do you say it, a habit.
Wait, are they on the same fight right now?
No,
No,
Legend
okay.
is one fight ahead, yeah.
I was about to say, that would have been crazy execution if he actually caught up already.
Yeah, that would have required some mistakes from Legend. Oh, okay. Interesting menu.
Yeah, Legend teaching probably the most OP move in the entire run, being Horn Drill. Horn Drill works in a way that whenever you're faster than your opponent's Pokemon, you can actually hit and have a 30% to one-hit KO. But because X accuracy is absolutely broken in Gen 1, you will often see us use X accuracy in combination with Horn Drill and sometimes X speed. So we actually one-hit KO our way through a lot of fights in this game.
Yep.
And you're gonna see that on the fight right after the one Legend is currently on.
Yeah, Horn Drill definitely a great move. Use it on a lot of fights that are a lot slower and harder to do with normal moves, to call it that way. So you also pick up quite some elixirs during the run to refresh these Horn Drills, because you have only 5 of them. So yeah, we refresh them quite often just to be able to Horn Drill on more fights. First time when it comes into play is right here for this fight. Because these Pokemon don't die in one hit, the play here is just to X accuracy and Horn Drill both.
Yeah.
It's also the reason why we swapped X accuracy to the top. Just use it quickly and then Horn Drill, and you are guaranteed to win from there. Hammer going into the same fight now. But gets Smog, which is definitely slower than Tackle.
Yeah. And I think you're almost approaching like mid to late game here. Once we get on Koga Split, which is right after we get the Poke Flute here. Then there's gonna be a lot of very execution heavy parts in the game where you will see the top runners really going all out to minimize their split times and execution times in menus and so forth. So that's where you mostly see the difference in skill from like someone who just started out and the top percentage runners.
Yeah, Pokemon Red is crazy execution heavy actually with all the menu techniques. Like there are so many techniques that you can apply in this game. There's a lot to buffer and like little frame windows that you can abuse. And Hammer is definitely really good at those kind of techniques, so I'm very interested to see how much he can make up with that. Of course, also needs to not get too screwed by RNG to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But if Hammer doesn't get screwed at all, then I would definitely expect him to get closer to the lead if he plays well. And for Legend, it's now important that he keeps cool while having the lead and execute as best as possible. Well, yeah, for both runners, it's not really needed to take any major risks right now, because as mentioned before, in this tournament, you can go to the next round if you belong to one of the fastest times. And both Legend and Hammer are quite alright pace for that. The winner of this race will get like a better seed though, so they still definitely want to win the race.
Alright, Legend currently heading up the stairs in Silphco.
Wait, Raagentreg is just casually walking through the underground.
Oh. Yeah, I've done that when I started out too. I never knew that you could bike until someone actually hit me up in my chat. Did he actually pick up the elixir? I don't know.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
But yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, you always get like flamed by Professor Oak whenever you try to bike inside, but then in the underground it's completely fine.
Alright. So Legend right now fighting the Arbok, also one of the scarier Pokemon to encounter because this one knows Glare, and Glare is obviously really, really painful if it hits.
Yeah, Glare is really bad.
If you get Glare, you'll end up full restoring, and in some cases you don't even have a full restore here anymore. So that's like worst case scenario.
Yeah, it really sucks to waste that one. Also, okay, Hammer got the range. Looked like a pretty bad first roll, so nice that he got it. Legend took a lot more damage than Hammer in that fight. And it's actually quite nice for him, because on this split, the runners will be looking to intentionally take some damage here and there. And that is for a strat that we will get later too. But yeah. On Koga, they will need to use a strat. Pretty nice strat to save a lot of time. So they need to take a little bit of damage here. Legend in a pretty good position for that. I think Arbok brought him down quite a bit with Bite Crit.
Yep.
This fight, they will also set up some X items to take him down. Gets a lot of damage. That's maybe a little bit more than he wants.
Yeah.
He definitely doesn't want another quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's almost a red bar now.
Okay. This is still fine. So Legend definitely has all the damage he needs.
Yeah, more than enough. Maybe more than you want to see. He might be in range to actually die to Bone Club crit. Yeah, that's definitely Bone Club crit.
Yeah, range. I think so. Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know if he maybe ends up using one potion here or just risk it. Because I
think it really, also depends on if he has the revive or not.
I don't think he has actually.
Yeah, I didn't see if he bought it. Well, yeah, he will definitely use his ether outside of the battle. Sometimes you want to set up like an extra item on Cubone just to maybe get a little bit more damage or have like a chance of a little bit more damage. But he will definitely not want to do that. Well, Legend will definitely be fine for Confusion with the revive. Because he will definitely pick it up in Safari if he doesn't have it now.
Legend being one of the first people to actually take revive in races.
Yeah,
even back
he did
in
it a long time ago. Yep.
Alright, does not heal.
Okay, this Q1 is gonna be scary.
Yeah. Not a lot of moves.
I guess if he gets normal Bone Club, he just gets Red Bar. That would be pretty sick.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, he's 100% safe now.
Yeah.
Okay, so Legend looks to be fine on the split. There's really not a whole lot of things that can go wrong anymore for him. Considering he'll either already has the revive or he'll get it later.
Okay, Hammer setting up his damage on Drowsy, does not get confused. Really nice.
Yeah, I think he's also done with his boom setup, right?
Yeah, he is. So both runners are fine now. Both runners are completely fine in terms of HP. And Raagentreg is getting through, what's it called? Lavender Rifle.
Yep.
Fight back. Oh, but Legend gets Spirit. Okay.
He not an issue, but it's slow.
Yeah, I think he kind of wanted it to 5-turn at that point, because then he would just have Red Bar from it.
He could technically stall here.
Oh yeah.
Get the Red Bar, I think. Let's see if he decides to do it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Hammer's catching up now. And Legend definitely now is in range to die to, or guaranteed to die to Confusion if Hypno uses it. But that's a little bit scary. But he has some backups for that.
And yeah, now it's really, really close. Because Legend had a little slower setup, while Hammer just took one Confusion, and that's about it. Hammer just got a lot of attacks in, and obviously Fury attack is really slow.
Okay, let me see. So there is about 9 seconds now between Hammer and Legend. It's extremely close.
And now we're actually about to see what strats Hammer is actually using right here. Because it's probably gonna be shown right on Bike Route what he's actually going for. There's a new strat that includes going all the way left, which I don't think has ever been done before, and skipping up the Red Candy and the PP up. There's also a new strat that just takes the Red Candy and skips the PP up. Oh yeah, it's a lot of variations we got going right now.
Yeah, that's right. On this split we can definitely see what both runners choose to go for.
Hammer just Legend's just doing the standard route that has been used for quite a long time now. Also the one he's probably most comfortable using.
Both runners waking up the Snorlax. Let's see how they beat it. Ah, chicken. Not fighting the Snorlax.
No one wants to take on the Snorlax.
And the Snorlax magically disappears after running through. Okay, so yeah, Legend picking up the Rare Candy here. Okay, Hammer also going for this route. I'm kind of confused then, because the X items kind of told different. Do you think he will also pick up the Max Elixir, or...?
Let's see. Okay, the PP up, so that looks standard.
Okay.
Well, I don't think he has an item slot for the Max Elixir.
Yeah, so Legend is not going for that route for sure. He's on the standard strats. Oh, okay, so Hammer decides to pick up all of the items. Extremely safe strat, so that way you are safe for, or a lot safer than normal for most of the late game fights. But you will lose a little bit of time to picking up everything and using everything.
Okay. So I'm really curious how these X items are gonna work out. Definitely if he ends up wasting one of them by accident, it's extremely troublesome for him. But knowing Hammer, that's probably not gonna happen for him. Yeah,
Thank
really
you, Sinstar. Apparently Sinstar was on listen only for a while in the car, and apparently we updated him quite well, so that's nice to hear. And someone else in chat is predicting that we have a Dutch and German accent, and he is completely right. I am Dutch and he is German. Cannot hide it.
Yeah, sadly.
Fortunately. But hey, we're trying our best.
Yep.
Yeah, so both runs going through Safari now.
Yeah.
Some different menus here, because Hammer picked up some extra items.
Both of them obviously not here to catch any Pokemon. The main reason we're here is just because we need Surf to continue through the game. And actually to pick up the revive here. Probably any second for Legend.
Yeah, depending on if he bought it before or not. But yeah, I didn't see that. Yeah, you're right. He picks up the revive right here.
Ah, nice. Haven't been deceiving me. Alright, so both runners within a matter of like 10-15 seconds right now, because Hammer already had the revive.
Yeah, well, Legend was entering or leaving the serve house, Hammer was entering it. Pretty cool to see. Raagentreg almost done with Lavender Tower. It's nice for him as well. And now Koga. So don't forget, LegendEater is in range to die to, or is guaranteed to die to Confusion if Hypno uses it, and Hypno is on the fight after this one. So that's a little bit scary for him. It would definitely put him behind Hammer if that happens. But he has a revive to not lose too much time to it if it happens, but still definitely don't want to see it.
That fight is the main reason we pick up the revive in the first place.
Pretty cool to see both runners on the exact same fight now, while Raagentreg is picking up the flute for himself. Okay, so pretty crucial moment for LegendEater here. Wants to see anything but fusion from Hypno. For Hammer, it doesn't matter too much as long as he doesn't get crit, I guess. Not sure what his health exactly is.
And heading into the Hypno.
This is the moment of truth.
Maybe he just crits it.
It would be great. No! No way! No way, no way, no way.
Oh my god,
Kinda
that's
sad.
a 1 in 4. Sad. Okay.
So now he has to revive his Nidoking. Luckily revive doesn't heal to full, so he's still fine in HP.
Yeah.
But he will definitely be behind on Hammer now.
Yeah, and he will end up picking, getting the toxic TM.
And he makes a classic
Koga.
mistake of sending out Squirtle.
Ah.
When you revive Nidoking, your curse is already on Nidoking, so you don't have to to send in Squirtle anymore.
Oh, that's a bummer.
That's definitely a bummer. So I put Hammer ahead, so I have to switch audio to Hammer. Let's go.
Such professional.
Yep.
Well. Alright.
Let's
So
see
now...
if Hammer survives Koga.
Ah. God, yeah, that wheezing is quite scary. Let me tell you.
Definitely scary.
Oh, X attack.
X attack. Okay. A few more
A
bubble
bubble
beams will kill
beam.
him.
Oh.
Self-destruct.
Oh,
Oh no, that does a lot of damage. Oh, and now Hammer dies. Incredible.
Alright. But he has to revive, or do you think he has another option?
I have no idea. No idea. Rip.
You hate to
So
see
maybe
it.
chance for Lightning to catch up here. We also get self.
Also!
Oh no.
And he also dies.
Also die. Okay, top tier acting by us. But yeah, this is actually the 6th strat that we were talking about. Because of good AI, Weezing will not use poison moves against your Nidoking, so it will always go for self-destruct. And because Weezing is a lost Pokemon, you will just win the battle after the Weezing dies. And with rare candies, you can like revive your Nidoking with very low HP. Meaning that you will have red bar for a very long time. And because nothing can really kill you in the upcoming sections, it's incredibly fast to do this.
Yes. Right, now one of the most execution heavy splits in the entire run, being Erika split. You'll see Hammer going surfing south towards Cinnabar Island to go for the mansion. and pick up the secret key. And then not even using the secret key to get into Blade Gym, because he's gonna dig back out and do Erika Gym first.
Yeah, so after the mansion, we get what we call the gym rush. There's a lot of gyms that you can do incredibly fast without too much danger. And in Red Bar, you will literally fly through these gyms. It's so fast. But yeah, first they have to pick up Blizzard here to fight Erika.
Yes.
Yeah, they need an ice move. A long time ago we used Ice Beam for that. But Blizzard is 90% accurate in Gen 1, so yeah, that's pretty accurate for a move as strong as Blizzard. And the moves you can miss Blizzard on, or no, the Pokemon you can miss Blizzard on, are actually not as dangerous to kill you. Like most Pokemon will just spam a move that cannot kill you when you miss Blizzard on them. And it's actually even safer in the sense that you can, with Blizzard now, kill Agatha's Golbat in one turn, and Golbat can do a lot of bad stuff. So actually is, besides a little bit faster than Ice Beam, also a little bit safer in that sense. So yeah, when Blizzard came around, it was a pretty nice change. It was actually routed during the 2017 tournament of SpeedGaming. So 2 years ago, during this tournament, yeah, we found out about Blizzard. Or rather, about Blizzard being good.
Yeah. With the Blizzard pickup, we basically round up our moveset until the end of the run, being Horn Drill, Earthquake, Thunderbolt, and Blizzard. All you need to finish up this game rather quickly.
So yeah, I talked a little bit about good AI before, but good AI in this game is actually not always very good, because Pokemon with good AI will just spam a move that is like super effective against your Pokemon. But it also includes moves that have like a type but do not do any damage. For example, Agility is Psychic type, and Psychic is super effective against Nidoking. So some Pokemon will literally keep spamming Agility because the game thinks it's super effective against your Nidoking, but it literally doesn't do anything.
Yep.
So that's quite interesting. And for Blizzard, it's like every Pokemon that you can miss Blizzard on, or most Pokemon, have a move like this.
Yeah. And either that, or they just have moves that really don't hurt you too much, that would actually be troublesome, like the Tangela Hammer's about to encounter.
Yeah, so Tangela has a chance to kill you, but you would need to 5-turn bind. It's quite unlikely, but it has happened quite a bit in recent weeks.
There definitely clips out there where people die to that. Alright, and no Blizzard misses for Hammer. Very clean split for him.
Yeah, still pretty close between the runners, but after that death for Legend, Hammer definitely grabbed a decent lead.
Yep.
I actually want to pull some standings.
Right, let's see if anybody may have forgot the secret key.
Okay, so it's about half a minute.
Happen.
Yeah, to who would that ever happen? Right?
I don't know.
Must be kinda impossible to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything, Alan, no worries.
Alright, thank you very much.
So yeah, Blaine's Gym. Runners have to answer some questions before they can get through. If you answer them right, You won't have to fight the minion. If you answer wrong, you will have to do a fight. And of course, these questions are incredibly hard, so...
Yeah. They just answer every single one with yes, Phil.
Wait, did we
Seems to be
just
quite
miss a
confident.
side candy?
Ah! God. Flutz will
Luckily.
be so excited to see it.
Yeah, Flutz is here, he would freak out. Okay, Hammer used or has to go one more question. Team 28 contains Tombstoner, yes of course. Go on through.
And heading into Blaine, one of the fights where the Growler thinks that agility is the way to go. It just keeps on getting faster and faster without actually hitting you. Oh, and Super Potion for Hammer, which is always nice to see in any case. Also very questionable to Super Potion your full HP Pokémon,
Yeah.
but
It's
whatever
also
floats
some
you.
interesting AI. But yeah, the runners are completely free to set up an X accuracy there, yeah. Just for the reason that Growlithe spams agility or Super Potion.
Alright, Raagentreg powering through Sapphire right now. Still actually keeps on going fairly well. It didn't seem to have like any troubles going through the run. Probably right now going for like a nice time to actually be able to maybe advance through the through round 1.
Oh, picking up the revive there as well.
Right.
So 2 more badges to go for Legend and the Hammer Show. So Sabrina's also not an issue because you're faster than all her Pokemon at this point, and all of them don't have the best defense, so they will just die to Earthquake. The only thing that can mess you up right here is would be a general miss.
Which just never happened before.
Oh, okay, Legend with some sketchy movement through the gym. That's scary.
Yeah, we still have points where the lead could very quickly change. One coming up fairly soon in Black Belt. And obviously some of the E4 fights have the potential to set you back or get you the lead real quickly, so there's nothing decided yet at all. It's still anyone's race with maybe the exception of Raagentreg since he's behind by yeah, by a large amount of time.
Yeah, so Black Belt is the first real point after setting up this red bar that can go wrong. You have to set up an X accuracy there. And it has 2 damaging moves in Low Kick and Karate Chop, and Karate Chop has an elevated crit chance. And if it crits, you die to it. So you definitely don't want to see Karate Chop there.
Yep. And you will also probably see both racers saving for the fight, because if you die to it, it's just such a big setback, because your red bar is just completely gone.
Yeah. The other option would be to not save and going in with a revive, but recovering that with a revive is even slower than just resetting, because the red bar just saves that much.
Yep.
But yeah, there are still some different strats that people use.
Let's see if Hammer gets credit shop or what is the optimal thing to happen here. Low kick, non-crit.
Let's see. Leer for Hammer, so he's fine.
Nice.
Also looks like Raagentreg got his health set up for Koga as well. Definitely hope that Legend gets through this smoothly to keep it close. Focus energy, he is fine. So this is still a very close race going into the E4.
Yep. Oh.
Let Lance decide. Yeah, Lance could definitely decide this race if he wants to. Giovanni is not much of an issue at all.
Yeah.
The only thing is that the ride-on does not always die to Blizzard, but when it doesn't, it cannot kill you.
Yeah. It will just spam Fissure, and Fissure can't hit Nidoking because Nidoking is faster than Rhydon. I
We
believe.
misses a Blizzard though, that's a little bit annoying, the time loss. Gets the range afterwards, so with a crit. Maybe some catch-up potential for Legend if he gets a range first try.
Still interested in the extra item situation for Hammerfall.
Oh yeah. I should be fine.
I assume he knows what he's doing, but yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that combination of items.
Okay, Legend didn't get the range, but gets the double Blizzard without missing, so that's nice. So yeah, now it's time for Radiant Rifle for the Hammer Show. And that's another instance of leading with a Pokémon that knows the move Agility, so Hammer is free to set up some X items here. And then can just wipe out this team. Blizzard is a range here as well though.
Yep, but that one is more favorable than a Rhydon right before. Right, are you hyped for some swag boulders coming up? Because I assume we'll see a few. Oh!
Oh yeah, for
Oh.
sure. But I'm also very hyped to see how Legend's gonna fix this horn drill situation.
Yeah.
He accidentally used one on the Pidgeot there, and the horn drill... Yeah, the horn drills you have are really tight right here. Because you want to have 5 for Lorelei, and he also has to use one on Venusaur on this route.
Yeah, so in a race this can be quite annoying because now he has to Earthquake the Jinx later on Lorelei, and that's a range to die, so...
Yeah, I think it's about 70%, so it's not that good. But...
Yeah, so we might actually see him stay for that fight, which you normally wouldn't.
Yeah, another option would be Max Ether. And just get your horn drills back that way.
Well, let's see what Legend decides to go for. Maybe he wants to take the risk and prevent the timeless by saving.
Yeah, hard decision. If he centers, then we will have to deal with a full more than 2 seconds Jinx cry.
That is, I think center is the worst option of all. You might end up just doing the max defense instead.
Oh, okay, he's going for the max eater. He tossed the Pokeball to make room for it.
Okay. I didn't see that. I thought you had psychic powers for a second.
But yeah, then we're heading into E4 and indeed quite hyped for some swag builders.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a little trick you can do with the boulders to make the recoil go like a different way. And there's Hammer already doing one.
LegendEater notoriously known for doing a lot of strike boulders.
Yeah, he's probably going for the 23, which is the maximum amount. Also curious where Legend will actually use the max eater. Maybe he will do it here.
Probably right here.
Yeah, he will. Okay.
Not the secret key.
There we go. Still needs to repel. And there we go.
Yeah. Raagentreg meanwhile starting up this gym rush with Erika. So yeah, behind by like quite a significant amount of time, but still powering through, trying his best.
Yep.
Always nice to see when someone is still trying to actually finish a run even though they're behind like quite some time and not like forfeiting straight away. Alright, LegendEater not... Oh, this is a disappointment for anybody. Not doing swag ballers besides the one that are actually a tiny bit faster.
By the way, I'm just thinking of something. Raagentreg didn't kill the Starmie on Misty earlier on, right?
Oh.
I'm kind of worried that he's slower than Sabrina's Alakazam.
Ah, let's hope he is aware of that being an issue. I don't actually...
Huh?
How did he fix it again? I think with
a
the
bit Butterfree.
So
I'm not sure if that gives enough stat XP, yeah.
Pretty sure it doesn't.
Yeah. So that's gonna be an interesting one to see. Just hoping the Alakazam does something useless.
Which I don't think is very likely. Only
Hammer giving a nice show with swag ballers here. Legend wisely not going for some. Oh, he goes for one. I'm disappointed. Now his repel won't extend.
yeah. Early he doesn't want to go for it where it's actually not an issue. And now he does it where it actually wastes repel steps. But now he actually committed to it and now he's free to do however many he wants to do.
Yep, can do how many he wants.
Oh wait, did you see if Hammer deposited his slaves?
He did not. So he is taking the extra safety with the extra Pokemon.
That's very smart.
Yeah, and Legend should do the same because wait, Legend was actually able to extend his repel, it seems. But Legend is doing this. Legend should actually deposit his Pokemon because his slaves are dead anyway. So they won't have any use in Elite Four at all. So he would just have to deposit them. Let's see if he does that. Spot a keyboard player getting infinite swag ballers. That is so true. I do it in console, and I must say it's sometimes pretty hard. I can do it if it's like left and then up. That's quite easy, but other than that. Okay, so Legend deposited, which is definitely the right play here, saving some seconds over the Hall of Fame, and the slaves are dead anyway.
Yep. Alright. Hammer finishing Lorelei while Legend starts her.
Yeah, Legend plays on console, so these swag boulders are definitely more impressive.
Did Hammer save?
We forgot to explain this thread, I think, by the way, so...
Oh, yeah, the Lorelei thread.
Yeah, the Lorelei thread is basically send in your flyer first, and then it is guaranteed to use Aurora Beam. And it's also guaranteed to use second turn rest. So then when Nidoking comes in, you're free to set up the exact rest. What did you want to ask about Bruno? Alan?
Because I wasn't sure if Hammer actually saved for Bruno. There's like a teeny tiny chance you can die to him. If the
he won't because he has the slaves, and if he dies, he can revive.
True. Yeah.
Loses the red bar there on the last Pokemon, so this is the end of the big stretch of red bars in Koga.
Yep.
So let's see, Legend definitely has to heal or save for Bruno, one of those. Because he doesn't have the option to revive. Which is funny to say, because normally Legend is the revive guy, but he doesn't have the option to revive. Goes for the safest play and just heal before Bruno.
And Hammer doing one of the new old tags that have been a little revamped lately.
Oh, also have... Raagentreg died here. Yeah, so there is definitely the speed mattering. He has a revive though. But he might die again, right? If he's slower.
Yeah.
So
Psybeam, I think it still kills him.
Okay, so and there is the hypnosis for Hammer. Giving some options for Legend to get back in, although he's quite a bit behind now. Okay. Okay.
That's a spicy first Gengar.
And so I think
just hit the Golbat.
Yeah. Like if he hits a Golbat, he's fine, because with this threat he will always outspeed the lost Gengar, so he's fine from here.
Yeah. So that's one of the newer tags that I was gonna talk about earlier. Or like an old tag that just recently saw a little comeback. So people have been routing around the fact that you can candy before Agatha. So you always outspeed the second Gengar, which sometimes was an issue if you got, for example, Confused Ray, or if you were in range to die to Nightshade. You had to play around that fact, and the fight is now much easier with the rare candy before Agatha.
Okay, nice. Raagentreg won against Sabrina, eventually. Pretty cool. And Hammer heading to lands. Definitely one of these scarier... Yeah, definitely one of these scarier Elite Four members. Will always use Hydro Pump on you, and if it hits and crits, then you die.
This will probably decide the race right here.
I feel like Legend is far enough behind that he could definitely die once to it. Yeah, he could definitely die once to it. But it would make it a lot closer if he does. Legend misses Blizzard. Hits it. Second try.
Legend doesn't have the advantage.
And he gets red bar. That's nice. Oh no! No, Hammer, no!
Oh.
No! That's unfortunate input right there. So yeah, very unfortunate.
Okay, it's still fine.
It's still fine. He is still fine. But if he dies now, then it could turn everything around. Holy moly. Okay.
Oh.
Second try. And the race is closer, indeed. Okay, let's see what happens here.
Nitro Pump.
Gets hit again.
Expected.
Okay, now he's
Okay.
fine. He has some pretty good health now too.
Much lower roll than before too.
Yeah.
Alright. So I guess Champ actually decides this race now.
Still, Lance needs to decide for Legend here.
Yeah. He really wants to get hit but not crit here.
What? What?
What? No way!
Maybe you were right with the X items. Did he have an X speed for this?
I have no clue. I'm just
What
shocked
happened?
right now.
Okay, and Legend survives the Hydro Pump. Oh my word! This changes everything.
Yeah.
This changes everything. I'm not sure what happened there. I didn't pay attention. He might have forgotten to X speed, so you need to X speed on the second Raagentreg. And he might have forgotten it.
Right, I'm switching the audio by the way.
Good.
Oh, after the
call.
Hydro Pump.
I think I would do it now because Legend can die. I'll just click on Legend.
Right. Whew. Jesus. Alright, so I don't know if that was a misplay by Hammer or if it actually was the amount of X items he had going into this. Let's see what happens now on Hammer's side.
Okay, there's the X speed.
Ah,
So I guess he just forgot it before.
yeah. No!
Very unfortunate for him.
He also did not get hit by a Hydro Pump. Which...
Yep. So
Ah.
Legend can go for the safe play here. He doesn't need to risk. Ooh, okay, he just goes in too. Okay, nice. Yeah, it's not that risky for Legend here. Only thing he can really die to is Sky Attack crit, which is 4% to happen.
Yeah.
It's definitely not likely at all. And he can just win the race here if he just gets
Yeah.
through. Because there's no way for...
might have decided this race.
Yeah, then it's actually Lance who decided. That's nuts. That's nuts.
Oh, Sky Attack charge? No way.
No way. No way. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh no.
Okay.
Ah,
Didn't
he
do it.
lived.
He lived. He's
GG.
guaranteed to win from here. He's guaranteed to win.
Whew.
What an ending. What an ending, boys.
Oh.
Cannot believe it.
Okay, that was a... Oh, I feel bad for Hammer.
Yeah, I definitely feel bad for Hammer. It looks like he was through.
Ah,
We will definitely have to ask him. So Legend is going to win this race, meaning that he is guaranteed to go through to the next round. Doesn't mean that Hammer is out, because the next fastest time will advance as well, and Hammer still is getting a really good time.
yeah.
For round
almost
one?
guaranteed, I think, to advance.
Yeah, you could definitely say it's guaranteed to advance. But
Well,
definitely
yeah,
not what he hoped for after being ahead for the late game.
Almost this is probably the first upset win of the tournament.
This is definitely an upset immediately. I mean, definitely both races are always really close. But usually Hammer comes on top, for sure. So you could definitely call this an upset.
Alright. All Legend has to do is smash through these text boxes and you will get a 154.
Yeah,
Just
also Legend doesn't have the Legend doesn't have the extra
Oh yeah.
companions, so he will have a faster Hall of Fame section as well. So GG to Legend, he will win here, but also definitely GG to Hammer, he will most likely advance as well. Still well played. We will have to ask him what happened on Lance. Because I didn't grasp everything. was
Guess he
just
just
too much happening on the screen.
Yeah. I guess he just got a little nervous after that first mess up on Lance, where he used Blizzard instead of T-Bolt.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
just forgot about the X speed afterwards.
That's
It
probably
definitely wasn't the X items count that was the issue there, since he went on getting through champ.
But yeah, very sick race all the way through. Very close all the way through. And that's definitely what you want to see from races like this. Yeah, it's incredible. And now we just have to see Raagentreg finishing up the Elite Four. But meanwhile, we hope to get interviews.
Yep.
So, should I just link the thing to them?
I don't know if we actually can link them.
Oh yeah, I cannot, I think.
There is our first competitor.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll drag him in, okay?
Yep.
Yo, Legend!
Hello!
Yo, congrats on the win!
Thank you.
It's a incredible race. It was close the entire way through.
I didn't even expect to be ahead once, so after Surge I was I was already nervous, but then as soon as I saw green I was nervous, boys. I was nervous.
I can imagine, but I think you played this really well the whole way through.
Did you notice the extra horn drill on...
Yes.
Oh yeah, we definitely noticed that. But going a little bit back, to be fair, you were ahead the whole time till Hypno killed you.
Yeah, I didn't know whether to potion for that fight or what, or it was like it seemed so free with the revive, but then the death was kind of obvious.
No, I think it was I think that was the right call to make there. Just going for it and then, yeah, just hoping you don't get confusion. And of course, he went for confusion, unfortunately. So yeah, from that point, it was Hammer who was ahead, so that was unfortunate for you. And yeah, then what happened with the horn drill?
Again, just nerves. Instead of going down in air, I just mashed A.
Yeah. Well, it looks like you were not the only one dealing with nerves, because Hammer, I'm not sure what happened, but both deaths look like were his own mistake as well. Because the first time he blizzards on Gyarados accidentally, and then he got killed. And the second time, I didn't pay attention, but he got outsped by Aerodactyl. So we will still have to ask him what happened there. But yeah, it was definitely... Yeah, it was not just an obvious crit by Gyarados. There was definitely more going on there, let's say.
Yeah, like by the time I got to Lance, I expected to see Hammer's split. And I didn't see it, I'm thinking, Lance death, here we go, here's a chance. And then... And then the split just never came, and I was like, what's happening? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah. So, a very hype end of the game. Of course, very sad for Hammer. But for the race, it's always interesting to see crazy stuff happening. And yeah, you are guaranteed now to go to the next round.
Lovely.
So that's very sick.
It's a nice feeling for round one. I was a bit nervous for round one, just at all. Like, damn.
Yeah.
No worries.
Are
That's
we expecting Hammer to join for?
Yeah, I hope so. I haven't seen him coming in the Discord yet, but I hope he is coming.
That's a good point from chat as well. Hammer's probably still going to advance with 155.40. In fact, almost definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, so definitely looks like besides you that Hammer will also advance.
Nice. What happened to Raagentreg?
Wait 1 second.
Because I noticed was it Moon Manip maybe? And then
yeah, he didn't. He just ended up giving up on Moon Manip and just walked through, and then he had some issues with the backup powers, and he got IGT'd on Poimanip.
Oh damn!
There was a lot of IGTs on this race in general. Like,
was my Moon IGT? I wasn't sure. That's
yeah.
Zubat above the sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an
Okay.
IGT.
Oh, I wasn't sure, so I just resaved anyway. I should probably know those IGTs by now.
Okay, wait, I need to send Hammer the link. I will be able to...
Yeah, I mean, I think you got Moon IGT, and I think, in fact, Hammer also got Moon IGT, and then
Yeah.
Hammer got IGT on cans too, which let you like, which gave you the lead on Search Split after all.
Yeah, it's actually nuts that all runners got at least once IGT'd in Moon. It's actually nuts.
Hello.
But
Hello, Hammer.
yo, Hammer. How's it going, man?
I've been better. Like, yeah,
Well-
I dropped that input on Lens first, and then I was already kind of defeated. And I was just laying back and trying to salvage it. And then my brother entered my room and saw me laying. He was like, "What are you doing?"
Oh,
Video
okay.
game. And then I just brainlessly mashed.
Just the best video game in the world is what you were doing. No, but yeah, we were already wondering. Like, I didn't catch quite what happened, so I was not sure if you even had the X speed for Aerodactyl. But I guess you just got like thrown
Yeah,
off
my
like
brain
completely.
thought I was on the first Dragonair.
Ah,
I
yeah.
was looking away.
Well, that stuff can of course always happen. It's just very unfortunate for you that it's such a deciding moment.
Oh well. I think I'll still make it through it this time.
We
Definitely,
discussed that. It's pretty much guaranteed for you to get through still. With
definitely,
that kind
definitely.
of time.
Yeah, it was an incredible, good race to watch. You both played really well, and it was close the whole time. So, and with these times, yeah, you both definitely advanced. I'm pretty sure about that.
Not the best luck, but oh well.
It was a very eventful race to start the tournament off.
IGTs.
Yeah, everyone getting screwed by IGTs.
I also forgot how to do the A presses. I didn't
Yeah, we
remember
noticed.
the manip, so
Ah,
I had to
okay, yeah.
see the map to even guess where the A presses were.
okay. Yeah,
Oh, that's unfortunate.
yeah, but very interesting race. I think it was close. Like on bridge, it started getting really close when Hammer had to heal for Mankey, and Legend got to keep his instant attacks.
Yeah.
At that point, you guys were like on the same fight for most of the time. That was actually nuts. And then yeah, I guess Fly Split after those scans was for Legend, and Hammer got back in after Koga.
Yeah, you had to confusion, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
But yeah, incredible race. Definitely an amazing opener race for this tournament.
Yep.
Also got destroyed by swag boulders by Legend.
I was too nervous to go for the full 23. Next time, boys.
We were already saying like,
started
yeah,
doing
this
it,
is
then I
this is
got
LegendEater. He usually gets 23, and then
Yeah, I realised I've made so many like execution errors throughout the 2 hours that 23 swag boulders would just be like, I don't know, insulting the summit. I don't know, I just didn't, yeah, it wasn't happening. I don't know, man.
Well, luckily swag builders don't matter anything, so.
Yeah.
They do it in a tie, I'm sure. Maybe. Well, I don't know about you boys, but I'm going to go and watch. Well, obviously
Oh, yeah.
I have Raagentreg on, but I'm going to go and watch the second match.
Yep, it's I think it's still like the last 20 minutes or something. Is the race. So yeah, thank you guys for this very amazing race, and hyped for more. Hey, Raagentreg just reset on a Confuse Ray.
Oh.
But he's currently also on PB page.
Yeah, he's on PB page, yeah.
The PB is 224, and he right now is like, I don't know, 10 minutes away from finishing.
But still quite interesting that he decided to reset on Confuse Ray, because it's not guaranteed to die, especially from full.
Oh damn, the other race also looks really close, so definitely check in on that after
I
we're
don't
done here.
have it open yet. I
I
should
got an
open.
ad. Thanks.
Getting wrecked by ads. Thank you, Twitch. Thank you that we can do our work so smoothly.
Alright.
Another confuser, just please don't reset this time. He's thinking, and he's going for it. And the first one hits, nice. Just need a few more to hit. Hurt self on Golbat, unfortunately. And haste, that's the worst.
Oh, that's the worst thing that can happen.
At least the confusion is gone. But... Okay,
but he knows
okay.
about the backup at least.
Okay, that's a decent strat, yeah. So now he's faster than everything and should just win. Can also just Thunderbolt Golbat.
Right, since we probably have some time to spare, maybe it's a good point where we actually can ask our two interview guests what they think are the favorites for the tournament and how they think their chances are at advancing to the finals all the way.
I mean, Araya is probably my favorite to win. I've raced against him a lot, and I've very rarely won. And there's very few people who have won. So, like, I mean, it happens. Obviously, everyone loses a race, but I've seen him lose many.
I feel like the competition is so insane though this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like-
true. That's true. Especially compared to the casual races we would do. There's kind of a higher level of talent at the top end, let's say. But
Yeah, I'm very interested
you
to
are
see,
amongst those people, so
Well, thank you.
Rai was a bit too much of a gentleman to put himself into the conversation when we started the stream.
I don't know who else really. I mean, you've got your obvious ones like Poker Guy and WSOP, but like their race experience isn't as much as someone like Araya. So, you know, there's kind of game skill and then there's race skill. They're very similar and there's a lot of overlap, but they're definitely two different things.
Yeah.
As far as advancing to the final for myself, I have no hopes or dreams of that. I always said I'd be happy to get out of round 2 and ecstatic to get out of round 3.
Same, to be honest.
Yeah, and I don't even expect to get out of round 2, to be honest. So
Just never stop believing. Never stop believing. This is Pokemon Red. Anything can happen.
yeah, man.
Just have to pull through and see how it goes.
Meanwhile, Raagentreg surviving the Hydro Pump with single-digit HP, but still surviving. So he's
Yeah.
right on PB pace right here.
On what channel was the other race, by the way?
SpeedGaming's 4.
SpeedGaming 4.
So that changed. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I've had SpeedGaming 2 up for a while now, and I was like, wait.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
he knows
So
all
he's
the
a little bit
backups.
out of blizzards, so he goes for the earthquake. Luckily, doesn't get the full restore there. That can be a little bit annoying.
also he got crazy unlucky by missing 3 blizzards on land.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hopefully it doesn't end up being for... Easy game all the time.
It looks like okay. Yeah, I should probably not talk about the other race in this channel. I almost wanted to start commentating the other race. Okay, but yeah, Raagentreg almost done with his race as well. Yeah, it's gonna be a PB for him, so it's pretty sick. As long as Champion doesn't kill him 7 million times.
Yeah, but being in races always... It feels a little awkward, but it's also a really nice feeling. Happened to
Definitely.
quite a few people out there. Also means 3 times save on some sections of the game where you usually play in race strats. Right. By the way, Legend, how nervous were you when that Pidgeot was charging Sky Attack?
Oh, the
Ooh.
most. Because at that point I knew that I was ahead. I was the most nervous.
Talking about Sky Attack, there is another Sky Attack
no.
here. And it hits. Please don't crit. Please don't. Okay, it didn't crit.
Easy.
Okay, so Raagentreg is through. All he has to do is spam Horn Drill here.
GG to him. On almost I think what ends up being like a 12-minute PB.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's gonna be a little bit over 210. And not sure if that's gonna be enough for round 2. So he will have to wait and see how the other people will do in the tournament. But yeah, at least he will finish. So that's pretty cool. And I hear from the production that once Raagentreg is done, this stream will end. So once Raagentreg has finished this race, we're done here.
Nicely done. And this looks like 2, 12, 35, I think, with proper meshing.
Yeah,
Congrats
so
to him.
pretty nice. So yeah, I would say pretty amazing race to start this tournament with. Hopefully everybody enjoyed. If you want to see more of Pokemon Red Race, if you want to see another tournament race, there's one going on right now on SpeedGaming 4. And yeah, the tournament just started, so there will be a lot more Red Races in the near future. Hyped to see what's coming.
Yep. We have definitely a lot more very hype matches coming up in round 1 already. And it will only get better from there on, so plenty of very entertaining races coming up. And we get spoiled by SLV in chat.
Yeah, so Raagentreg finishing up. Congrats to him. I guess that will be it for us here. And next on SpeedGaming will be Metroid Prime Randomizer Tournament. Diggle Roth against PKMN. So yeah, that's it for us.
Yep.
Cool. Thanks for commentary, boys.
Yeah, thank you for the sick race. And
Yes.
see you later.
Bye all.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye bye.